So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me here today. I am the Senior Director for South Asia on the U.S. National Security Council for the Biden administration. But before really diving in, I first want to thank Minister Wong and Minister Jaishankar for this year's Indian Ocean Conference, which really continues to be just a fantastic forum for dialogue and an exchange of ideas among the region's leaders. Thank you also to the conference organizers working behind the scenes to bring together so many busy leaders to this beautiful coastal venue, a fitting setting for these discussions. And thank you, Jennifer, for hosting this panel. It's really a pleasure to be here today with my fellow panelists to discuss this topic, one that's been a highly visible priority for the Biden administration. You all were talking about not having seen the ocean. This is actually my first trip to Australia, which is somewhat shocking for a naval officer to admit, but certainly my genuine pleasure. So I'm also thankful because you brought me to Australia at long last. I think it's important to recognize that President Biden has been very clear since coming into office that the future of the 21st century will be written largely in the Indo-Pacific. And perhaps no issue is more consequential to that future than critical and emerging technologies and their ability to transform our economies, societies, and our shared security. The combined investments that our countries make in critical technology sectors such as clean energy, advanced telecommunications, microelectronics, quantum, AI, space, will set the region's course for decades to come. Minister Jaishankar spoke of reconstructing the historical interconnectivity of the Indian Ocean region, and I believe that technology will be an important enabler for that connectivity, growing our people-to-people ties and the infrastructure that supports the Indian Ocean as a critical hub for maritime commerce. We see a shared interest in developing open, trusted, and resilient network infrastructure with advanced communication technologies, and we're working with partners across the region to develop and field these technologies through R&D cooperation, workforce development, and industry partnerships. One great example is the cooperation between Quad countries and the government of Palau past year to design and operationalize Open RAN capabilities for the first ever deployment in the Pacific. This is just one of many examples of the Quad working to deliver public good, as was described earlier today, for the Indo-Pacific region. This work can kind of build on itself as the rollout of these technologies spur the development of trusted vendors and extend 5G to more users in a cost-effective, secure, and energy-efficient way across the region. Beyond connectivity, from a societal perspective, critical technology sectors such as space and clean energy will also help us to address the biggest challenges of the 21st century. Later this year, the U.S. and India will launch the NISAR satellite, a jointly developed satellite capable of mapping the Earth's entire surface every 12 days to provide us with essential data on climate-related challenges. Efforts like this, as well as efforts to promote higher education research collaborations, like the new U.S.-India Global Challenges Institute, will enable us to work together more closely and to innovate to combat today's global challenges. And then finally, from a security perspective, we have a clear shared interest in advancing the responsible development and governance of disruptive technologies like quantum and AI. We likewise need to continue mobilizing resources to build trusted and resilient technology supply chains and infrastructure. On semiconductors, for instance, the U.S. has taken steps to bolster national resilience and to work with partners to mobilize private capital to diversify our supply chains. We applaud the dedicated, renewed domestic investment that regional partners, including Quad partners, are making in this area. So how do we continue to drive progress collectively? The model where we've seen the most success is taking an ecosystem approach to technology and innovation cooperation, fostering exchanges among our universities, our industries, our entrepreneurs, and government research institutions. In my capacity at the NSC, I've had the privilege of helping to establish the U.S.-India Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technology, ICET, where we put this approach into place. And it's something that the United States has done with other countries in the Indo-Pacific as well, with Singapore and the Republic of Korea. We look forward to continuing these conversations and many other important conversations with more countries in the months ahead. By elevating this critical and emerging technologies within our respective national security establishments, we've been able to drive strategic coordinated investment in critical sectors, promote more collaborative innovation, and develop new trusted public-private partnerships. Over time, our vision is to see this cooperation deliver solutions at scale regionally and globally. I look forward to continue to hear throughout this conference perspectives from around the region on how we can advance this collaboration moving forward. Thank you very much.